Bam, like that. Video number 2. If you're new to the channel, this is Tidal Escapes. I'm Cole.
I'm Sierra.
So getting into it, Daytona Beach has a lot to offer. There's a lot of different boat ramps to hit. There's a lot of different restaurants to hit. As well, if you're hitting the Sandbar, there's obviously the places that are a little bit crazier, that partying is your thing. That's where you're gonna wanna go if you have a family. We'll also pinpoint those areas, so then that way you don't find yourself intermingled in a place you quite frankly don't wanna be in with kids, and nor should the kids be exposed to. But anyways, we're gonna highlight some of that. We'll get back to it and check it on out.
Yeah, this is our home away from home, so we hope you guys enjoy watching what we get into today.
Yeah.
We're bringing you along.
Take it away. Taking a minute here to stop. We just want to say thanks. We put our first video out as of this recording 2 weeks ago. We had awesome feedback. Everybody had really awesome things to say. We were excited to get it out there and share it to everybody. It took us by a little bit of a surprise to have this much interest in it. So we decided to hop in the truck today, launch the boat, and give you guys something to watch. From there, we got a lot of stuff in the pipeline, working in the back end, from various different places to stay at, places to review. So we're excited to bring it to you. We appreciate you all tuning in, and keep watching the video. In today's video, we're going to highlight where we launched at. This is going to be Halifax Park and Marina. This was a pretty sweet place to highlight, as for it offers just a lot of different amenities, right? So it has a freshwater hose in it, so once you dunk the trailer and drop the boat in the water, it gives you the opportunity to spray off all your stuff. I wish more places had that, honestly, and I think me and Sierra, it's the rarity that we've ever been in a place that offers that. The other thing to mention is it's a full service marina, so they have anything from ice, fuel, snacks, you know, anything that you may have missed, sunscreen, stuff of that nature. So be sure to check that out and go up into the store. Now, once you come out of the channel and you're launching for the day, when you go around out of the marina, be courteous on the way out. The channel is extremely well marked, but if you have a boat that maybe needs a little bit more water depth and it drafts a good amount of water, make sure that you stay inside the channel. If you get outside of it, it gets pretty shallow on like a full low tide, so don't cut the corners. Take the channel markers all the way out until you hit the intercoastal ICW, and then make your turn out of it, because it does get shallow. We figured we'd pull in here real quick and talk a little bit about behind me, down close to the inlet, they're dredging currently. Every once in a while this happens, and it may be new to some people. I know for a fact, me and Sierra, there was a time when we were up in Matanzas Inlet and we passed some of the dredging companies. So if you're new to that, they're gonna be sometimes all up in the channel, sometimes they're not. Obviously, these guys behind me, they're working on a weekend. Right? And they're out here trying to help us. They're trying to get all the sand cleared out, trying to make the channels deeper. So be mindful of that, be respectful. You know, behind me, they do have it marked right now as a no wake zone, which is, personally, I'm happy to see it because there's been some times that we've passed them and there's nothing marked. But at the end of the day, you're always liable for your wake. Be mindful of that, be respectful of these guys. Like I said, they're working on their weekend, they're trying to help us. So you help them, don't knock them around, and it makes it better out here for all of us in the long run. We're pulling up to $Sand Island. We're super excited to show you guys this. When the tide is low, there's a lot of beach to hang out in. So stay tuned and we'll highlight some more of the features here.
Shh, do you hear that? It's much more quiet. This is the place to bring the family, or whether you're a retiree, this is the place you want to be. If you want to relax, enjoy a book, or even a cold drink, $Sand Island is right behind me and this is the place to be. So Sand Island has a lot of beach to offer, so it's perfect for the family on a low tide. Gives you plenty of space to put your chairs, pull the boat up nice and close. And if you have animals, such as your dogs, that's plenty of space for them to run around and enjoy the water too.
If you're following the video, you're going to be coming in from the north side. Obviously, if you take the backside channel, come in, and it's a run zone all the way into that, which is super enjoyable, and to kind of highlight on that, because we'll get more into that as we get better with these videos. But for most of the pass we always like to be in a run zone. We really don't like idling zones if you can avoid them. Once you're pulling into Tata, obviously you have to come off a plane. I would highly recommend going on the north side of the island. The south side's very shallow. But once you go through there, you're fine. It does get a little tight on a busier day, but just take your time through it. The only thing else to mention too, on the northeast side of the island, which is you're gonna exit out of there, there's the sand's kind of closing up in that point right there. So just watch the depth, pull the motors up a little bit if you don't want to drag them through the sand. And as with anything, this is obviously relative information as of July 2025 when we're filming this. All of the sand moves and it's constantly changing, so take it with a grain of salt if you're watching this later on. This may not be relative information anymore. One of the restaurants that we go to, I wouldn't say that it's the most common that we roll to, but the main reason for that is there's a good amount of cross current because we're really close to the inlet, so be careful when you pull in. I'll be 100% honest with you, every single time we come into it, can't tell you what I've done right or what I've done wrong. It's always a little bit different, but really read the tide, take your time, pull up to it, breathe in, breathe out before you pull into it, because it's kind of a rowdy one to pull up into. But that being said, we're gonna pull up into it. Sarah, you wanna pan over to the docks and show everybody the docks. So they are floating docks, which is nice. So they put in a lot of money into the restaurant. Didn't used to have as nice a dockage. And actually backing up, they had absolutely no dockage because they got wiped out by the hurricane. So they put in a lot of money. It's nice now. It's obviously a little hard to get in there, but once you get it docked and you get in there, obviously you can enjoy yourself at the restaurant. But really cool place to check out. We highly recommend it. Food is good, the drinks are good, and every once in a while they do have live music. So it's a cool place. Check it out. Let us know what you think down in the comments below if you end up visiting it, and we're glad to be able to suggest it.
Beautiful.
Easy does it.
Woohoo!
Put this front one on first. Just like that. And get my stern back.
That deserves a high five.
That's how you hit it with one person. So we enjoyed ourselves at Hidden Treasure, and we're extremely happy that we can highlight and show this to you. This is our ultimate goal, and we have a lot of back knowledge on this, and we love to share it. So this one's easy for us because this is at home. So moving on in, we're gonna make a small putts north on the ICW. You're gonna find Off the Hook restaurant. This is gonna be, I would say, this is where you're gonna find us most of the time when we go out. We hit this restaurant a good bit. And the main reason is it's very friendly for pulling up to the dock. It has a floating dock, and God, I don't even know how long the floating dock is, but it's huge. It could probably fit, if I were to guess, about 10 to 15 normal sized boats in one straight shot. It's super long. So usually I have the most amount of parking, and it's super easy to pull into. To kind of highlight some of that, the way that it's positioned is with the current. So regardless if it's an incoming tide or an outgoing tide, regardless, you can use that to your advantage and you're never fighting against it. So with that being said, the easiest route and what I would recommend doing is, let's say the tide is coming in. So in that position, it'd be coming from the south end of the restaurant. I would actually pass the restaurant, do a U-turn, and position yourself where you're pushing against the stream. What this is gonna do is that when you're in gear, the boat is just barely going to be moving forward. It's gonna be just barely keeping up with the current, and that keeps you in a nice, safe speed. You're not getting pushed further forwards and going downstream. This keeps you really, really safe and controlled. One of the things that I want to highlight on the restaurant that's really cool is that they do have a fuel dock. So if you're in a position where you're close to the inlet, you really need fuel, obviously great option for it. Kind of a repetitive mention here, but I like to highlight it as we have a lot of options here. I'm in the Ponce Inlet, Daytona Beach area, that you can get fuel on the water, and you're never going to get yourself into a pickle, which is nice. Also to mention, they have deck hands, so whether or not you're getting fuel or you're pulling up to the restaurant, as long as it's within working hours, they usually come on out. They're super helpful guys, and they'll help you dock the boat. From there, they also didn't mention they already have dock lines on the dock itself, so you don't have to technically put them on your boat, which is convenient. You know, I mean, it always screws up me and Sierra because that's our natural habit, is to put all this stuff on the boat. So usually we put it on the boat and they'll go, oh, I forgot. They usually have it already in the dock. But anyways, awesome mention there, cool place. They usually have live music, really good food. This is one of our favorite spots here in Ponce. So again, check it out. Hope you like it. If you do end up checking it out, please leave a comment down below or reach out to us and let you know if any of this information was helpful. But we can't recommend Off the Hook enough, and would highly recommend checking it out. So the old Tata Island, where the name came from, I don't know. If you know somebody that knows it, drop it down below, because I'd love to hear it. I assume it's got a pretty good story to tell. But anyhow, this is a good sandbar. I would say me and Sarah usually are here. I wouldn't ideally like to highlight it as the absolute craziest party ever. And cool thing is that with the island being, you know, you could pretty much pull up 360 degrees on it. You're gonna have those hot spots, right? You're gonna have areas that are typically the party sport portions of it. If you're somebody that likes to view this stuff from afar, I would recommend either hitting the east side or the very south side of the island. Is usually a little bit quieter. Don't hold me to that, but from there, we enjoy it. It's a good time. We've met some awesome people there. Had some great experiences. Usually some of my family will pull up there, as well as a lot of friends that we have in the area. I did grow up in this area, so there's a lot of people that I'll bump into that I grew up with. So same thing with Sierra too. She's as well from this area. So super cool. Just super central area to hang out in. Not really much to watch out for. There is a lot of current, so make sure that your boat is obviously dialed and it's not moving. Nobody wants somebody else's boat ending up in theirs, so be courteous to that. Put out fenders if you need to. Be prepared to have 2 anchors. I don't know how many times that I've been out with people that either they don't bring any anchors or they only have 1. You really need 2. In this case scenario, there's a few different ways that you could pull up to the island, but most people usually come in, bow forwards, and you need absolutely a stern anchor to hold the back end of the boat to not lose it. So keep that in mind. It's a good thing to bring. I just want to pop in here real quick and say that this is probably the worst day ever for us to film, because they're in the absolute total midst of this dredging project and our water clarity is absolutely trash right now. Always try to hit it on a day, if you could, on a full high tide, and that's going to make sure that that influx of really high quality water clarity, it gets pushed in from the ocean and it's super clear. But back to the video.
One thing we feel is important to highlight during the whole boating experience is whoever's in your family, it's helpful to establish roles so that everybody in your family knows their responsibilities to ensure a smooth boating day. Some of the repetitive roles that I help Cole with while he's outside prepping his own things for the boat day are gathering the cooler items, so things like drinks and snacks, towels. I'll pack my own personal bag with like sunscreen, medications, maybe a book to read, just any key essentials I feel like we might need as the day goes on. And then once I have everything gathered in here, I'll bring it out to Cole so he can load it in the boat. So I encourage you guys, whoever it is in your family that is helping prep for a boat day, everybody should know their roles, because it makes the day go so much smoother when everybody knows what they're doing. So once everything's loaded up at home, once we get out on the water, I also have responsibilities of helping Cole with getting dock lines out, getting any of the buoys that need to be out on the side of the boat. So there's honestly, and making sure everything's cleaned up and tidy once we do set out for our day. So even on the boat itself, ladies, we still have a role and responsibility. So get as involved as you can, because why not? You're there to help too. So whoever's in charge of the boat, don't be afraid to give out roles to whoever's on the boat with you, because it helps the day go so much smoother and, most importantly, more enjoyable for everybody too, when everybody knows what they're doing. And just like that, we've reached the end of video number 2. We just want to take this time to say thank you to all of the viewers back at home who have left us nice comments, liked and subscribed to our channel. We're having a blast so far, so we just want to say thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, and we hope this information was all super helpful for you and intrigues you to want to come and check out the Ponce Inlet area, and whether or not do a day trip or come and stay for, you know, an extended period of time. It's an awesome area, and we're super excited to give any information that is extremely helpful to hopefully come here, be safe, know what to expect, and obviously help you all do the research before you make the way here. It's super fun to make. It's fun to be creative here and do all this, and gives us a good reason to be on the boat. So with that being said,
We'll see you in the next one.
see ya.
Bye. No, we're trying. We're figuring this thing out as we go.
Shit, I forgot.
We really appreciate it. Peace out. Good night.